Welcome back, everybody, to the Nerdcore Live Show. It is a Sunday night, and for the last time until possibly 2027, this is your Last of Us Season 2 review of Episode 7. As always, is the Nerd County here to host the show. I'm my wonderful co-host, Brad Young Yoda.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to a wonderful, wonderful Sunday. This means I got to stay alive for 2 years.
Yeah, you do. You do. Well, I mean, you also had to stay alive to see what's it called, the House of Dragon, and what's it called,
so many reasons to stay alive.
Yeah, and Rings of Power, and
Rings of Power. Yeah, I do love Rings of Power.
Yeah. So you got that to look forward to, Brad.
Yeah.
Oh man, live on a Sunday night. I hope everyone's doing well. I hope you all are having a great day and a good pre-Memorial Day or Memorial Day weekend for you all. I hope everyone's having a good one. If you are watching right now and you are not subscribed to the YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe. Leave a like on the video. Click the notification bell, please. Oh, that helps us out so much. Brad, before we can go ahead and get into the review, how are you doing today, bro?
I'm doing well, Met with an old high school friend. Hadn't seen in a while. Had a few beers.
Okay.
Then I went with Brenda, and we tried to go to this one Mexican restaurant, but it was closed. And she was like, let's go to this other Mexican restaurant. That was closed. And then it's like, fuck it, drive-through burritos. So we got drive-through burritos, and those were delicious. So it all worked out. I got drive-through burritos and horchata, and I'm doing well.
And you got to watch Last of Us Season 2.
Yeah, I made it in time for that, so all good there.
And we can review too, so.
Yeah, and yesterday I started Expedition 33.
Okay.
Very cool, very old school Final Fantasy, kind of the way everything works. Storyline.
Nice.
And the main character does look like Robert Pattinson, so if you want to play as Robert Pattinson, you can.
Okay.
I don't know if that was on purpose. I don't think it was on purpose, but he looks exactly like Robert Pattinson.
All right. So I went ahead and I spent my Memorial Day weekend. I watched Lilo and Stitch, the live-action remake.
How was that?
It was actually pretty good.
Oh, wow.
Actually pretty good. I would actually go as far to say that with the other Disney remakes I've seen, this is probably the better one, you know? So,
that's pretty good. I really think the only live action or cartoon turned live action I can remember like actually enjoying is Detective Pikachu.
Yeah. And then I went ahead and said, fuck it, I'm going to stay for another movie. And I watched Sinners, which is easily the best movie of this year.
No, very good.
Fuck, dude. When that comes out on streaming or whatever.
Yeah.
Huh?
Trailer looks badass for that.
He's also voiced by Charlie Cox. Oh, shit. That's badass. Yes, so whenever that comes out, Brad, on what's it called, streaming, make sure you watch that.
Thank you, Chosen.
What a fucking great movie Sinners is. But you don't need me to tell you. The whole internet's been telling you for like the past couple of months that Sinners is great. Since March. But yeah, I watched that, and then I got home and I watched this episode of Last of Us Season 2 episode, Last of Us Season 2. Yeah.
Otherwise known as microdosing.
Microdosing.
Also, shout out to everyone watching our animated movie reviews.
Yeah, man. Shout out, y'all. I'm surprised y'all turned up for them, but yeah.
Yeah, Great Mouse Detective, Full Metal Alchemist, double digits.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean.
Yeah. Brad, before we can get actually into the episode review, did you watch the trailer for Welcome to Derry that showed before the episode?
No.
What the fuck?
I didn't see it.
You didn't get the trailer for Welcome to Derry?
No, I didn't.
Damn, bro. Yeah. They had a trailer for Welcome to Derry. The prequel series.
Yeah, for if anybody doesn't know, for Pennywise and all those good Stephen King.
Yeah.
A lot of that takes place in Derry, Maine.
Yeah.
Maine.
So I'm excited, man. It looks really good, dude. It looks really good. Did they put a date on this
I mean,
already, or?
let's be real here. Castle Rock also looked good in the trailers.
Yeah,
Not great at all.
yeah,
Pretty subpar.
yeah.
But we can have hope.
But it looks pretty good, man. Late 2025 seems to be the what's it called, expected time for this show to drop.
Castle Rock. Castle Rock seems like so fucking long ago.
Dude, Castle Rock feels like forever ago.
Yeah, that feels like 2018. Yeah.
Yeah, it feels like forever ago.
We reviewed that, right?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And I was like, damn, bro, this shit kind of sucks.
It was bad.
Yeah.
Hey, look, Stacy's Stacy's we're giving our flowers to Stacy. It was his his month.
Yes, it was, yeah. All my flowers go to Stacy.
See, we have a good idea for Blue Moon. Next year it'll be wrestler movie themed month. Hulk
God, no.
month. I mean, Hulk Hogan did do a lot of fucking movies, but I don't wanna.
I don't want to watch them.
I don't wanna.
But yeah, it looks really good. Welcome to Dairy, which obviously we will be reviewing when it comes out in the fall. So
I'm excited about that.
Yeah. Keon, how you doing, bro? What's up? I watched Saturday night's main event yesterday with Keon.
I saw clips. I saw Big Bronson Reed is back in action.
Yes, sir.
Looking a little more fit. Looking a little more. I don't know about chiseled, but it definitely looks like he can move better, and happy to see that because that man, you gotta love big meaty men flying in the air.
Yep. Cody's back, so that was cool.
I saw R-Truth. R-Truth got to fight.
You mean Ron Cena?
Hero.
Ron Cena, bro?
And if that's not a shirt on sale, WWE is doing a disservice.
Let me see.
Because that would sell so much. Like,
let me see this.
Check see if that's on sale there.
Yep, you can buy the Ron Cena shirt right now.
All right, we buy the Ron Cena shirt. Like, I am doing that right now.
Yep, $34.99.
We are buying a Ron Cena. All right, WWE shop.
The last time is now. Ron Cena farewell tour.
I'm getting the Ron Cena shirt. There it is. Oh yeah. y'all seeing this online? I am buying this shit
live on the air. Brad is currently buying the Ron Cena shirt.
I'm not missing out on this shit.
Yeah, what a great shirt, dude. That was hilarious.
I gotta remember my PayPal show.
And he was even talking. He even talked to what's it called? He even talked to Stu on the camera, cameraman. God, I love R-Truth, man.
He's the most entertaining wrestler, I think.
Yeah.
In history. I mean, he's made so many people crack over the years.
Yeah.
Judgment Day, like all of them.
Yep.
Without even trying. And it almost felt like Cena felt bad. Almost.
Yeah, something like that. But that went down yesterday, and I mean, other than that, Brad just went at the movies most of the day today. So
God
if you're ready,
R-Truth, I must really like you because this shit's gonna be like $44.
But if you're ready, I'm ready, Brad.
Yeah, one second, just
Well, it's okay because we still have the fucking ad, so it's okay. So if you have not watched this week's episode of Last of Us Season 2, you should probably get out of here. We care about spoilers, but if you don't care about spoilers or you've already seen the episode, go and stay. Either way, how it goes, this is your one and only spoiler warning, and it is in effect after these words from our sponsors. In a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Today's episode of the Nerdcore Live Show is brought to you by SeatGeek. Whether you want to see your favorite band, sports team, or comedian, SeatGeek has you covered. We're proud to be partnering with SeatGeek to offer you $10 off with code TheNerdCore. That's $10 off your first order at SeatGeek.com with code THENERDCORPS. So take a seat at your next live event with SeatGeek. Thank you. Now let's get back to today's video. I had to buy it, Brenda. It was either this or our choose version of You Can't See Me on vinyl. Oh god.
I got that shit. I got that shit.
Fucking shit, bro. Yeah.
I thought it was a one-off. I thought because it looked like with
No,
the
dude.
post-it note and shit. I didn't realize that was an actual fucking shirt.
Yeah, Brenda's gonna be like, "What the fuck did you buy?" Ron Cena shirt. Yeah. All right, guys.
Hey, don't talk bad about my childhood hero, Ron Cena.
Yeah. Ron Cena, bro. So this episode is season 2, episode 7, titled Convergence. Nothing yet on IMDb, as in like a description or anything like that, because of course this was like, you know, just was premiered right now. So yeah.
It just occurred in like the last 10 minutes.
Yeah. But the episode is directed by Nina Lopez Corrado. Written for television by Neil Druckmann, Craig Mazin, and Haley Wegren Gross. And starring in alphabetical order, Ben Ars, Ariella Barr, Kaylin Deaver, Spencer Lord, Gabriel Luna, Young Madzino, Bo Meccano, Isabella Merced, Pedro Pascal, Bella Ramsey, and Jeffrey Wright. Yeah.
Bum, ba-da-ba.
All right, and no trivia. I'm sure there will be soon some trivia, but
Yeah.
But right now the Twitter fingers are not typing fast enough right now.
Well, I guess I'll ask you this first, because how does this follow the game?
All right. Well, hold on. Okay. So, like, dialogue-wise, you know, some of the dialogue is not straight from the game, of course, right?
Yes.
But, like, this actually kind of went pretty, well, you know, hold on. All right. I'm not going to say this, Brad, because I'm going to be spoiling something that might be happening in season 3. So never mind. Just know the Ellie landing on the Seraphite Island, that's not in the game. But that island will be very important in season 3. So that's as far as I'm going to go.
I mean, we saw explosions happening as Ellie drives off.
Yeah.
Was that a thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Which, I'm just not going to go farther into that. Just know that that island is very important for next season.
Got it.
So, Brad, this is the season finale of season 2. We've been on this journey for the last 6 weeks reviewing this show. Brad, you want to go ahead and give them your initial thoughts on this season finale?
Yeah, I am. I was a bit confused about the ending. I mean, I think I like got it in my head after like watching the after, you know, the after episode,
The making of, you know.
Yeah. So I think I got it. So like because we get to that ending and then, you know, fade to black Soprano style, but with, you know, a gunshot. And we open up Abby on a couch reading a book, asleep. And it's Seattle day 1. And I'm going, okay, how fucking far did we flash back? Like, which day fucking, like, what day 1 are we talking? And then I realized, it's when, you know, they ride in to Seattle. It's that day 1.
After killing
Abby's where Abby is on that day.
Yeah. It's Abby's day 1.
Yeah.
Not Ellie's day 1.
So after I got through that confusion, it was a little better. I thought decent. Again, I'm with Raul on this. I don't know why the flashback in the season is the best episode of the season. It does seem to be something wrong with that, if I'm being honest. But yeah, I think it shows in a very detailed way of how being a good person doesn't necessarily mean you survive the apocalypse, and it actually might be to your detriment.
Yep. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and take a page out of Brad's book here. I'm gonna go ahead and give out the good first. I think Bella Ramsey finally finally taps into the part 2 Ellie that we've been looking for.
The pissed off.
Yes,
Pissed off serious.
Yes, pissed off, very serious. She walks into that theater, does not give a single shit about Jesse. After what just happened, it's like, I need to go talk to I need to go talk to Dina. What's wrong with let's see what's wrong with Dina. So I think that this episode sets us for a really good course for us to see where we're going to take Ellie into season 3, and now because they fucking talked about it, possibly a season 4. So,
do you think there's enough for a season 4?
No, there is not. So I don't know what the fuck they're planning to do. I think they're gonna go off
tangent.
Off tangent. They're gonna Game of Thrones.
Are we getting a Fear of the Walking Dead in the future? Are we getting we getting some spin-offs and shit?
No, I don't think so.
Also, we didn't get to see anything about Tommy.
Yeah. So hold on, let me keep going here. So I think I think Ellie, Bella Ramsey has given this was the best performance for Bella this whole season. I think that other than Kid Ellie in the last episode, I think she finally taps into that Ellie from part 2, and she really gets into this very a dark Ellie, and very selfish Ellie. Very selfish Ellie, who's not really thinking about anybody else but herself.
But I like that conversation she does have with Jesse, like before the end there, of that conversation of it's because you're a good person. Is Jesse really a good person? I don't know. Yeah, kind of. I don't know. But is Ellie a bad person in her case? I don't think so. I think it's all.
She's not a bad person.
It's all under life circumstance and what you go through that creates what you are. And I think in this case, her losing Joel broke her to a point where, she feels like she needs to do this to overcome this. And I think also what Jesse said was very true, is that he knows if he was kidnapped and, Ellie would literally burn down the city to get him. And
don't you worry, The Last of Us, the Book of Daryl is on its way. The Book of Jesse.
Don't tempt them.
Yeah.
Don't tempt them, Stacey.
So I don't think that Ellie's a bad person. I think Ellie's somebody who's consumed by so much rage, so much hate, and what's it called? And vengeance, that it makes her becomes a selfish person who is, only thinking about her mission and what she wants to do. Because she says it there. She goes, fuck the community. Fuck what the community wants. What's it called? She's only thinking about...
I mean, Joel was the same way. Does that make Joel a bad person?
Exactly. But we go into the what's it called? We go into the whole thing where Joel was trying to teach her, like, hey, don't be me. Don't do what I did.
Be better than me.
Be better than me. And what does Ellie do? She doesn't listen. She just becomes Joel.
Yeah.
She's becoming Joel.
But also, I think we have to remember, we're looking at these characters, and from a moral standpoint, we're looking at them from our moral standpoint, where we have very different lives. Where, we didn't necessarily grow up in an apocalyptic, future where as a child you're put into basically a police state labor camp.
Yeah, but
I mean, their morals are not.
I'm not saying that Ellie's bad. I'm saying that Ellie's selfish, and I think that. Well, Brad, I mean, what would you call it when your actions endanger the lives of your friends and it just cost the life of one of your best friends? Jesse dies because Ellie decides to go and find Abby, and she doesn't find Abby. She finds Mel and Owen, and she kills them both.
But also,
obviously, wasn't what she wanted to do.
But also, you have to make the point of Jesse and Tommy went to find them.
Went to find them because they left.
Yes.
Because they weren't supposed to leave. Because they should have. Because, come on.
They made a choice too to go find her.
They made a choice.
Yeah,
yes.
They would have been dead had Jesse and Tommy had not gone that way. But they also made the choice to go find them, which was the whole thing of Jesse being a good person basically caused him to die.
Yeah, but it's caused because of Ellie's actions. It is. Come on. It's
Jesse's actions
caused.
too.
It's because yes, yes, Jesse
They
went,
didn't have to
but the only
follow
reason Jesse
the
goes
trade.
over there is because Ellie is there.
Yeah, I don't know if it's because of Ellie necessarily. I
I
think he'd
think
probably be more following Dina.
both of their honestly both of their decisions, but more so Ellie, who's what's it called? Ellie is the reason that Dina's going too.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah,
No one,
Ellie is
no
the
one
reason that Dina's
forced
going too.
Jesse and Tommy at gunpoint to go find them. That's all I'm saying. Ellie wasn't like Ellie asked the
Well,
community.
and this is
Ellie asked the community to support her in going. They said no. Ellie made the choice. Well, I'm going to
and we
go.
also find out that Jesse
Voted
voted no,
Yeah,
which
which is on point with Jesse.
which
You
is
know his
a
character.
change from the game that I like because, well, it don't like the way it went about it, but the whole voting thing was interesting, and it does put in a little bit of that, into what's it called? It puts a little bit of that wrench in between them and being like, hey, like I didn't want you.
I definitely feel the choice to have Jesse tell her he voted no was a choice.
Yeah. So this whole season, I very much enjoyed young Manzino's performance as Jesse. I think he makes a great Jesse. It's a damn shame we won't be seeing more of that. And as Brad has been saying for the last couple of episodes that we've been reviewing, I love these sets. It's been great. Yeah. And, other than that, I think that, of course, the music is great, cinematography as well. Now, I do need to get into more of the stuff that I need to bring up.
Also, I just want to bring up the Seraphite children's. This is why I don't like children.
That child was like
that kid was like gutter.
Yeah, but poor kid, bro. Like they've been teaching them to be like that since the moment they come out the womb. They're in a cult. Brad, we need to remember the Seraphites are in a cult.
Yeah, we need to remember this is a post-apocalyptic world where mushrooms are eating people's brains.
Yeah, yeah, and we have cults and yeah. I also I like ish that Ellie ends up on the island.
Was that woman the priestess or the?
No, it's not the prophet.
Okay,
not the prophet. She's just one of the Seraphites.
Okay.
You never see the prophet in the game.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're good. We've never seen the prophet. The prophet.
Okay.
I don't think you're supposed to see the prophet.
The prophet is an idea, probably.
I think the prophet's actually dead.
The prophet was something and then died.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Kind of like Isaac's probably going to be enshrined in some form.
Well, I think to me, like, dude, I'm terrified of what Isaac can influence within the wolves, and like you see him like oh like where's Abby, and she's like, well, why the fuck you care so much about Abby? And it's like, because that's who I'm training.
I like the first question was like, are you fucking her? Do you like her?
Yeah, no.
Like, what are you doing, old man?
Yeah.
And then Isaac kind of with a grin, like, nah, man, like, sit. Let's discuss this. This is called succession planning, okay? Because you're going to be dead, I'm going to be dead. Who's left? Who's left at all the idiots here?
Yep. So what's it called? And we'll see more of it in season 3, but just there's an obvious like propaganda machine that's working here for them to, just look at the way that they treat the scars, bro. And the scars are not anywhere near being innocent in all this, because they're
I mean, let's be real.
Fucking religious zealots.
Hanging their people up and gutting them and letting their intestines fall to the ground. Probably not a great message to be sending if you want to try to make peace.
Yeah. But Isaac's propaganda machine is very much going to be a big part of, season 3. and which to me is terrifying because he can easily make these people just start to dehumanize and view the scars as people as like not people.
Huh.
Um,
That's familiar.
yeah, and in his HBO debut, Jared Leto is the Prophet in The Last of Us. Thankfully, that won't happen because the Prophet is a woman. Thankfully, thank
Well,
God.
well, Jared Leto might try to play that.
Yeah, but thankfully, the Prophet is nowhere in the game. You're not supposed to see the Prophet.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay.
So, in here, so we're gonna go ahead and go into one of my first problems. Brad, what did you think about the scene when Ellie is talking to Dina after she killed well, she didn't kill her after she left Nora to die, basically.
Um, yeah, I don't know what they were. I don't know what they was. Ellie, was that supposed to be like a test? That one was kind of confusing because I was trying to figure out why that scene was particularly done like that. Because like, was it Ellie trying to like test Dina, like in like, how far are you willing to go with this? Like I'm a monster. Will you still love me if I'm a monster? Like, it was a little bit of a confusing scene.
Yeah. So in the game, Ellie just comes back and she's completely traumatized. Like, like the way that she reacted in like when she comes back from what's it called from Mel and Owen.
Yeah, that
Is the
okay.
reaction in the game when she comes back from Nora. She is absolutely traumatized. She is just frozen there, barely has any words, and Dina is just bathing her and like cleaning her.
Yeah, I didn't get the traumatization really from Ellie, and that first I got it from the second one.
Yeah. But here's where I run into my first problem. I do not like that we just had Ellie figure out why Abby killed Joel. Because Ellie is naive to this whole reason. She believes that she is the reason why Abby kills Joel. She believes that because she didn't die on that hospital bed,
Mm-hmm.
that she's the reason why Abby kills Joel, and it gives more of a power to that line that Abby says, where she goes like, "We let you live and you wasted it," like literally, like you had the chance to like undo all of this to make sure that none of this ever happened, and you wasted it. But yeah, what does my brother say? Abby did nothing. Abby did nothing wrong. Joel deserved it. That's a take.
That's a take.
That's a take.
That's a take there.
Yeah. There's but I don't like that decision. I think that that just it just
Wait, I think we should discuss that a little more. Abby did nothing wrong. No, Abby continued on the violence, the cycle of violence, um, which I think
she
to the
kills
point is
Jesse.
wrong. Yeah, she kills Jesse, which is going to continue the cycle of violence.
She just took
Ellie
a
came
father
back.
away. She
Ellie
just
came
took a
back.
father away, bro. She just took a father away from a child.
Yeah, I mean, so I think Abby's done plenty wrong. Ellie's done plenty wrong. I
My
think
brother's just saying that because he likes Caitlin Deaver.
Also, Caitlin Deaver is not muscly enough.
No, fuck no, fuck no. That's
Like
my
she
big
needs to
problem
she
with
needs to work
Dabby
on
since
her
the
arm
beginning.
game. She needs to get swole.
Yeah. Um. So I don't like that. I don't like that they had her like figure out the reason why. Because Abby can't do anything wrong. Yeah. Because to me, where we end up at the end of this whole narrative, you know, it's not about what Joel did to Abby's dad. It's it's more about like what all of this has done to Ellie and what it has caused her to become to the point where she is not the same person she was.
And here's the thing: I do think what they get right is Ellie's questioning with Nora. of like, did she deserve what I did to
Yeah.
her? Because to me, like, okay, the beating her with the pipe for info is bad enough, but you left that poor woman to turn into a mushroom after seeing the other guys in that room who are still kind of alive as mushrooms. Like
Yeah.
the thing you could have done is, put the pipe to her head and saved her that. So to me, what she did there, just beating the shit out of her, then leaving her there to turn into a mushroom, was the worst thing she could do. Like I understand, like, you get an info in post-apocalyptic world, beating the shit out of a group that killed your father figure. Okay, but she also made the choice to leave Nora there to turn into a living mushroom,
Yeah.
and to me, that's kind of disturbing.
Yeah.
That's monster territory right there.
So I really like the conversations that Ellie and Jesse have, especially the one, before they split up, which, yes, Brad, that's in the game. They split up. And
Well, I think I'm going to go off of, just because I never played the game. I should reiterate that I've never played the games. I'm guessing Jesse wasn't faithful.
yeah, that wasn't talked about in the game. So they kind of talk about that in here.
Yeah.
In the game, it's kind of been like said that like they were very on and off. Like
Yeah.
sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't work, and
That-
then
the,
yeah,
the story Jesse gives in this tells me he was not a
no,
faithful person.
yeah,
And I think, but his reasoning to Ellie, at least the little snippets we get of conversation, of being like, you're better for her, because you're selfish, basically. And it's like, bruh, like, she's better for her because she's not going to probably cheat on her.
hey,
if
man.
we want to go that route.
It ain't no fun if the homies can't have none. Um, but I digress. That they split up. I love that conversation. Basically the whole, whether like Ellie starts to realize like, wait, am I actually, am I doing this because I really want to avenge Joel, or am I doing this just because like out of my own gain? And we're gonna explore that and more in this next season. Y'all can hate man for getting some straight.
I don't hate him for that, but I just hate how he's like, he's basically, he's going at Ellie, being like, Ellie,
But
you're
Brad, we're
Ellie.
putting our moral compass on the characters in the post-apocalyptic world. Yeah, maybe cheating ain't so wrong in the apocalypse, Brad.
But
Maybe it's okay to get a little bit of side action in the apocalypse.
That's fine, but are you really going to talk shit to someone and be like, hey, look, the reason you're better for her than me is because you're selfish. Like, if you want to get all the strange in the post-apocalyptic world, cool. But don't be fucking going at someone and be like, oh, you really love her, so you're selfish.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Yeah. I like that. And of course, the moment in the aquarium, which to me, I think that first of all, this show has taken a no animal cruelty stance, which I understand and I respect. But why the fuck you gotta traumatize me in the video game when I have to kill a fucking dog?
Also, the horse is apparently fine.
Yes.
Like,
I watch a horse get his fucking legs blown off, and I have to kill a fucking dog multiple times, but there's a dog that is with Mel and Owen that I have to kill in this game. But in the show, you're just like, oh no, I'm not gonna traumatize the viewers. I guess the world of the apocalypse is already so traumatizing. Bullshit! Put them through the bullshit that I had to be put through.
The only dogs we've seen in this show are the ones that killed the zombies.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
But I do like how again, Jesse's kind of a mean girl. I mean, he's like, you didn't even ask about your horse, how your horse was doing. I found her in the record store. Like,
Bullshit that she's
give
doing
her
all right.
spine.
That horse has not had anything to eat. No
No,
water.
that horse has like been eating guitars at this point.
Yeah, bullshit that the horse is doing good.
We don't. Believe
But I like that they did this compared to where it happened in the game. So like she kills Owen, but it also hits Mel, and Mel asks her to take to take the baby out, which is not in the game. And I thought that was a really good, that was a really good inclusion in this one because it like really puts Ellie in that spot where it's like, oh, that could have been Dina. Like that could have been Dina. Like if the roles were reversed and Abby came looking for us, that could have been Dina on the floor.
yeah.
And it makes Ellie really start to think like, what am I becoming? And if I don't see a golden doodle being shot with a machine gun in this show, is too woke. Yeah, it's because of woke, bro.
Well, I just want to ask your brother, where the fuck were you for all the other episodes?
Chilling in his room.
God damn it.
He was eating Drake record support thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Brad, what'd you think about that scene?
Record. Which one?
The aquarium.
That was, again, after I got past Seattle, that was pretty heavy right there. Like I wasn't expecting like Jesse just to like be popped. To be honest. Also, I like the fade to black because they don't show where Dina is, right? We don't see Dina's, because last we knew Dina was upstairs, watching the door. We do see Tommy get shot in the leg, and then Ellie's rushing, and then it fades to black, Soprano style, gunshot. My guess is Dina takes a shot as a warning shot to let fucking Abby know she's there. That's my guess.
Yeah. I also don't like that we're not getting fucking Punisher Tommy here. We only hear that like, oh, there's a sniper, and they're like reacting to it. But like,
the only thing I liked about that is the dude going, "Hey, there's a sniper," just cuts out. Like he's dead.
But it does leave some room for us to possibly see it in the next season. Because
I want to follow Tommy on his killing spree.
Yes, we might see it. We might see it. So I'm still holding out hope that we're gonna see Punisher Tommy. But and also I'm not gonna go too far into this, but there is something massive that's missing in where we leave off with Abby, Ellie, and Tommy.
Oh,
but
actually, that was the theater. Sorry, you asked about the aquarium.
I asked about the aquarium.
The aquarium was fucking rough. Because it was it Mel and Owen? That was
Mel and Owen, yes.
Yeah. Owen's a dumbass and got both of them killed. And I'll just leave it at that. I feel bad because I really don't think Ellie wanted to shoot them.
Mm-hmm.
And I really think she felt really bad because Mel was not planned. And then Ellie has to sit there as Mel is begging for her to get her child out of her. Ellie with probably the dullest fucking knife. Sitting there, and the last thing like she's going to know about that and have to live with it is she didn't know the definition of transverse.
Yeah.
I mean, post-apocalyptic education ain't living up to but you have to think they don't know this shit. They don't know about like probably C-sections and all that, because anybody else wouldn't like know what a C-section is. Yeah. So that was a rough scene, and I think Bella actually played that really well with the traumatization in that part.
Yeah. But I'm just and then of course Fade to Black. We're in Seattle day one, which by the way I made the joke, but like the Wolves occupied the Seattle Seahawks stadium, which is like, holy shit.
I mean, that kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
Kinda. Yeah. I mean, it was like Maine occupied the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
He blew it up, but you know,
He blew it up, bro.
yeah. Spoiler.
But yeah, dude. Overall, was a good episode. It's not a great finale. I think it's a good standalone episode, but it doesn't feel like a finale. Mainly because we have split this season into one person's story and the other person's story, which kind of leaves it where it's like, okay, what's the point? Like, okay, I know that we're gonna start from scratch now, and
Well, and this is my question. So we know it's split in two stories. We have Ellie's story that has now come to term at the end. And so we start with Abby now. So we're going to follow Abby. So does the next season end in the same spot we're at with Ellie?
I have a feeling that's probably what's gonna happen.
And then the fourth season is just everything after. So basically,
I have a feeling that they're gonna take it slower, and they're gonna maybe spend a little bit more time with Abby on some parts that we probably won't need to be spending a lot of time with her in. End it probably the episode before the finale. We're gonna end it in this, and we'll probably progress a little bit, and then season 4 might be half game and half what's it called half like just making shit the fuck up.
So some George R. R. Martin.
Yeah, I have no fucking clue. Yeah.
Can we get a mini season from Shimmer's point of view?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, if you just want to play a horse in a building, just play Sims.
Yeah.
Shimmer also ends up at the theater.
Yeah. Somehow Shimmer ended up at the theater. So, Brad, I think it's a good episode, not a good finale.
I'm worried, like what you said, like, because now I'm thinking of it, and yeah, they're just going to drag this on with Abby's, which I don't know what you can like Ellie. I get because you got to make it there, and then they're doing all this other information they're giving us, like about Isaac and like about the Seraphites and about this and that. But I don't get what like Abby's is going to all tell us. Yeah.
Well, it's because they decided to go this route.
It's because we need money. We need so much money.
So I guess Brand the Broken ends up in a large leadership position here too. Yeah.
God.
Bran already has been seeing this all happen.
Yeah, he's got ravens everywhere.
Yeah. Brad, what is your final verdict on the episode, and what is your final verdict on the season?
I will give the season finale an 8.25 out of 10. And I will give the season a 7.75 out of 10.
Okay. Overall, I think the scenes that are very impactful in this episode are impactful. The ones that are supposed to be, at least. Once again, I don't like the decision to have Ellie find out the reason why Abby kills Joel. I don't really much understand why the fuck we had to have Ellie end up on the Seraphite Island. And after watching it, after watching the making of, you find out that like, oh, it's because it was a scene from the game that they kind of wanted to revisit that they didn't get to put in the game. And it's just like, it doesn't really make much fucking sense. Mainly because like we didn't even get. Well, I think we did get to see the walk in the park.
I mean, like we saw like the one Seraphite getting dragged off, which she used to basically ask Jesse about his character, and then we saw like the snippet of them on the island. They're going out of the village, and they run off. And then you get some Apocalypse Now explosions in the background, which is always good.
Never a bad thing.
Quite a Valkyrie play. That was good.
Yeah. But overall, I'm going to go ahead and give this episode a 7.5. I'll go ahead and go on 7.5. I liked it. I don't think it's great. I think it's fine.
It was definitely not as good as the last episode. But I
much prefer season 1's finale than this one.
But I like your point of what does it say when a flashback is the best episode of the season.
Yeah. And I will go ahead and give the season an 8 out of 10, which we'll see where we go. I'm like, look, man, I don't think we're telling the same story as the game now. I think we're just...
Hey, look, on HBO shows, this is in the high atmosphere for us compared to The Idol. I just want to throw out there, that was also an HBO show.
Yeah. But I think that overall, I think that season 1 is still stronger than season 2. Very much like the finale of season 1 more than I like the finale of season 2. But other than that, really, like, I don't like the idea of splitting this up. I don't think, at least not splitting up the whole game story, but splitting up the stories into like 2 different seasons. I don't think that works, and I think that's a very lazy way to approach this story. I think that this story works really well when you have it interject with each other. Mm-hmm. So we literally could have like done this season with Abby and Ellie's story going and interjecting with each other to end up in this moment here, and you end season 2 with this Fade to Black moment. But it's obviously not the route they wanted to go with.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I don't make the shows. I just review them.
Yeah. So, but I am excited to see where we go from here with Bella, because Bella has finally tapped into that Ellie that I've been wanting to see from her throughout this whole season.
The little rage machine that we always wanted.
Yeah. So we'll see from here. But just cautiously optimistic is the words that I will say about season 3. But with that being said, that concludes our review. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We will see you guys probably in 2027 for season 3. We'll figure it out. But we'll be back next week for Andor season 2 review. And of course, make sure you follow us on nerdcore.com, Twitter, Instagram, Nerdcore, Letterboxd, Nerdcore, TikTok, Nerdcore, Patreon.com/Nerdcore, and the Discord link is in the description below. 5-star review on your favorite podcast app of choice, and leave a like. Leave a 5-star review and follow us on your favorite podcast app of choice. All that helps us out so much. And of course, thank you to our patrons. Without them, none of this is possible. We love you guys. Thank you for being amazing. And we love you, our wonderful subscribers who are watching this. If you made it this far into the video, comment justice for Shimmer. Justice for Shimmer.
Put a record on.
Yeah. Justice for Shimmer. Brad, we will be live tomorrow on Patreon for our review of Rocket-Doodle. And then we'll probably let you guys, you'll probably get that on Wednesday, if I can remember to upload it for the public. But we'll see you guys next week for our Andor Season 2 review. And then after that, we just got to wait for Ironheart. We still got a lot of shows coming that we're going to be reviewing. We got Ironheart, we got Peacemaker, we've got Welcome to Derry now. And I'm pretty sure there's going to be more that's going to come that we need to discuss. So stay tuned for all that. Brad, let's go ahead and get him the fuck out of here.
All right, Roland. Thank you, your host, as always. Thank to all those who joined us in chat today. Thank to our listeners out there at Patreon Sports. We appreciate each and every one of you. And to end this episode, I think HBO needs to go for that whole money bit and just get the Shimmer point of view video and throw that up. Other than that, Young Get Out.